Welcome in. Hello. Hello, friends. We're going to be cooking today, as we are generally doing most times I'm streaming. Today, we're testing two recipes that I'm writing. We're going to be testing a chicken and lentil and tomato warm salad. It's meant to be a lunch, dinner, uh, made hot. It's also very good, just cold, straight out of the fridge. I'm going to test that a couple different ways, so I'm probably going to make it twice. The other thing that we're going to test today is a shredded Brussels sprout and apple salad. I'm going to also probably make that one twice today because I have two different versions of it and I want to kind of try each one and see which one I like better and then make some decisions on the language on how to say the things that I want to say in the recipes. So these are all for these are all work related recipes. So very simple stuff. Just a few ingredients for each of them. The chicken and lentil we started doing on Tuesday with dry lentils. Today we're going to try it with canned lentils and see what those kind of the differences are. I want to shorten the time a whole bunch on these, so it's important I think to use canned lentils in this recipe, despite my misgivings about the texture of canned lentils as compared to fresh dried cooked lentils. Anyway, welcome in. That's what we're doing today. If we have enough time, we're also going to make deviled eggs on stream as opposed to off stream. We're going to make deviled eggs on this broadcast, and those are for breakfast. My son is starting school. He has been kind of complaining that he doesn't have enough breakfast foods available to him in the fridge because there aren't any. So we're going to make some deviled eggs because I know that he likes those, despite him telling me this very morning that he's sick of eggs. I think what he's sick of is scrambled eggs and fried eggs. But I think deviled eggs are like very different from fried eggs. If you've had both of them, you can probably confirm that that is true for your own self. Anyway, that's what we're going to do on stream today. I'm very interested in taking other breakfast ideas. If anybody has like quick grab and go breakfasts that you like, I would love to have some suggestions for those. Whether or not we make them is not we're not going to make them today, but I'm thinking of things that can be pre-made and left in the refrigerator, things that can be heated easily in the microwave, heated easily in a pan, or made cold. So that kind of thing. I'm going to ask for that a couple times during stream today because I'm sort of stuck for ideas. I'm not really stuck for ideas. I would just all of my ideas are stale. So anyway, if you're here on YouTube, thank you so much, and I appreciate you being here. If you're watching live, great, hello. And if you're not watching live, the recorded version of this is a live stream. You will find the chat from the live stream down here on the bottom if you're watching on the horizontal, and right about here if you're watching on the vertical. So if you're like, well, who's he talking to? What's he talking about? That's what you're gonna. That's it. So anyway. We're going to do some recipe tests today first because those are more important than my child's breakfast. Just kidding. They're not, but okay. I mean, they kind of are, honestly, but they take more time. And tomorrow's Friday. If I don't make deviled eggs for the last day of the week, it's fine. We will get to them next week. Yay, we love it. Anyway, welcome in, y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. Savory Sailor, welcome in. Nice to see you. Deviled eggs are goated. I agree with you. I love deviled eggs. I would eat them all the time. There's no limit on deviled eggs, honestly. Like that's the sort of, for me, I'm like, I'll eat an embarrassing number of deviled eggs. That's just how it is. Low Valkyrie, hello. Egg bites. When you say egg bites, do you mean like muffin style egg bites? Like you put eggs in a muffin tin and cook them? Or are you talking about something that is like frozen? When I hear egg bites, I think about like egg muffins with like stuff in them. That's a great breakfast because I can also ask him what kind of cheese he wants in there and what kind of vegetables or meat he wants in there. So that's great. Savory says, I mix cotija with scrambled eggs in the food processor. Okay. Salt, pepper, tomato powder, cumin, garlic powder. Put them in mason jars and sous vide them. Oh my God. Oh my God. That sounds delicious and probably slightly more complicated than what I'm interested in doing. But not that much more complicated. 9, welcome in. Hello. I generally will make every so often I'll make like 12 basically like egg muffin types of things, and he'll eat 8 of them. And there are like, Ash, don't do it. Stop it. And there are like 4 left over. Look at this cat ear. Look at this cat ear. Stop it. Stop it. He's trying to mess with the he's trying to mess with the camera. Sofa says, I like pasta salad for breakfast. Hell yeah. I mean, pasta salad for breakfast is great. If it's got a bunch of stuff in it, that sounds awesome. What do you like in your pasta salad? 9, we are making the same stuff today, but we're doing a test of the semi-final version of the recipe. So today we're not doing a how do I put this? We're not like measuring and being twee about everything. We're like making the recipe as it's written and seeing if it works. Okay. Oh, little 4-ounce mason jars. I kind of love that. I do kind of love that. Pasta salad sounds great, and I would definitely eat that for breakfast. I think that I love the idea of like breakfast burritos and breakfast stuff, but like sometimes it takes too long. We have 25 minutes in the morning from the time he gets out of bed to the time we like walk out of the door. And which is not that much. And so it needs to be like something that can sit in the fridge overnight. I know for sure he does not like overnight oats. He also does not like chia pudding, just like texturally. I might try them again and see, but historically he has not taken to that. Lots of veg and cheese. Pressed cottage cheese cut into cubes. Yes. Pressed cottage cheese. It is good for a protein. I like the egg bite idea. I will make pancakes occasionally. I'll make like a big batch of pancakes and put those in the freezer because those you can just heat in the microwave. Traditional pasta salad. All the ingredients for the Big Mac. That's kind of awesome. Do you have like the special sauce with the as like the sauce? Because special sauce is basically like what? Like pickles, paprika, and mayonnaise. Morbid Bunny, welcome in. Hello. Breakfast ideas. We will return to this conversation in a little bit. We'll return to this in just a little bit. Okay. Moonlit, welcome in. No, don't put that pen there. That'll confuse you, Lou. All right, let's I was gonna say let's start with the chicken, but I don't think I can because it's frozen. So some of it's frozen. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna put these in a little water bath because these are frozen chicken thighs. I'm gonna make this recipe twice today. So we're gonna make it once with the chicken thighs that I have in the refrigerator, which are not frozen. And by the time I'm ready to make it again, these will be unfrozen. So that's how we do it. Morbid Bunny, I hope you have a good work and lurk. Thank you for saying hi. Try my egg bites baked. I have a bunch of ready-made breakfast. That is definitely my. I've never sous vide'd them. I always do just like baked muffins, like muffin style eggs. And yeah, eventually Calvin's just like, I don't want these anymore. Apple cider for Big Mac sauce, you make apple cider vinegar with the gherkins, mayo, paprika, and some ketchup. Ah, the vinegar. That's okay. That sounds delicious. And a little ketchup. Yes, we do ketchup and mayonnaise here for dip dinner night and call it special sauce. um, or ketchup and mayo. I, my friend that I had a while back used to call it fancy sauce. Um, Moonlit, yeah, feel free to ask questions. We love questions. This is the energy of the stream almost generally is I'm cooking, but I'm not like teaching you how to cook. I'm happy to talk about like whatever in general. In general. Not whatever. Like let's not go too overboard. But I do love food questions. So I'm gonna put these chicken pieces in the sink here to soak in some cold water. These will not be in here for more than like an hour or so. It's gonna be, they're fine. I just want them to thaw. And this will get them there. Okay. I'll move those to the side. Beautiful. Oh, I mean, this is my baby. He's eating real foods now, and I'm trying to figure out how to get away from just purees and give more bites while not creating choking hazards. About to be a year old next month. 4 teeth. Excellent. Well, one, super cute. Oh, why is that? How is that flirty? Because you use the word bottom. There are some things that we do know about the bot. One is that it responds to the word bottom and feet. 9. That's pizza night. Hell yeah, we love pizza night. I haven't done pizza in a while. Moonlit, I would probably. So I'm thinking about how we transitioned Calvin. If you scroll back on my Instagram account to the very beginning, the literal first photo on that account, second photo, it is basically what we eat right now, just chopped up. It's like not quite a puree. So I think the answer, my answer to you is like just chop it up really small. Um, like I'm not, again, like let me also context. I am not like a pediatrician. I'm not a dietitian. I'm like a parent who cooked for my kid. So, context of this advice is non-professional, choose your own adventure, you know. Um, Things that can be mashed easily, as Nine suggested, like bananas are good. Like to get into like the chewing aspect of things, bananas, like really soft pieces of vegetable, like little carrot pieces that have been overcooked but are still solid. Um, yeah, anything that could like can be gummed but is also like large enough that you would want to, that you're like your instinct would be to chew it even as an adult, I think is sort of that transitionary step. Like for me, I know that when Calvin was little, my sort of first foods, well, my first foods were purees. So just straight up, like first foods that he ate were all purees. Second things were like basically I would make us dinner. I would make like dinner for me, dinner for dinner for Gwen and I, and then cut up like a small portion of that dinner, like little pieces of every bit of that dinner into like the tiniest little pieces, like eighth of an inch, like little things, like little teeny bits that you could eat with a spoon. And that was like he would sort of like he would grab some of them and like put them in his mouth. Occasionally he would try to use a spoon. Like I think that was sort of the step. And then as as my anxiety lessened and Gwen's anxiety lessened and his ability to chew with confidence increased, we increased like the sizes of the thing. But I mean, still, you know, it was a while before we fed him anything that wasn't cut up. Cheese bits, yeah, anything that can be gummed. Um, yeah, I mean, I think Moonlight for me, like when we did purees, I don't think I pureed anything that was like meat protein. I think the first meats that he had were like really teeny tiny pieces of cut up chicken, cut up sausage. So you're already ahead. And I think that from the flavor perspective, I know that like I pureed everything and I seasoned it. Like the purees that I made were like seasoned, like very, you know, like salt, pepper, like a little cayenne. Like I had spices and herbs and stuff in them, but like still just pureed. So I mean, I think it sounds like you're on the right, you really on like a good track of like, hey, this is some diverse flavor. Now you're like getting into texture, which is a whole different thing. Because flavor is one thing, but like if you don't like the texture of something, that's different. Um, and those two things are not, you know, sometimes they're not aligned. You never know. You might really not like salmon in any form except puree, which would be fun and interesting. Um, Fellas, nice, nice. I'm glad that there was just like, yup, that's a thing. We're gonna clear it out. I'm always like, can you send me the video? I want the video. If they took a video of it, I wasn't asking you to send me the video. Like that would be me asking the plumber to be like, hey, did you record that? Can you like send it to me? Anytime I've ever like, I don't know. I love watching shit like that. Okay, so let's get this recipe out and get everything ready here. 3 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. So get these out. So what we're doing is testing a recipe as it's written. So in between Tuesday and today, I finalized what I think is some good language on how to make this and how to make it really easily. I am going to follow the recipe as it's written, sort of. Where it derails, if it derails, I will make modifications like in the moment, because this is a thing that I'm writing. If I was testing someone else's recipe and it started to derail based on the directions that they gave me, I would continue going, which is always really interesting when that happens. And you're like, oh man, this is not going to end up well. And you just got to keep doing it because it's written that way. And the point is to test it as it's written. And sometimes that doesn't work very well. It is what it is. All right, I'm gonna get these chicken thighs out and put them on a plate. String cheese, shredded chicken. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I feel like just for me, I was very nervous about the size of all the food, so I cut things up a lot. Like it was like I fine diced all of the, like when we went from purees, it was basically like moving from like garlic paste to like minced garlic to like fine diced garlic to like, you know, regular. That was sort of the progression. I think my I don't know. I don't recall all the timing of that. But yeah, like just anything. I feel like again, I'm not a child dietitian. Um, so I don't have I don't know, I don't have all the best advice here, but I do think that just the same thing that the path that I took for feeding Calvin, which incidentally was the first name of my Instagram, was to just cut up the same things that we were eating, the same seasoning. Basically, like I made one meal and I cut some of it up for him. That's it. I was like, because from the very beginning, I was like, there is no possible way that I am making separate food for a child. I am not going to do it. I refuse to do it. If he doesn't eat, like, I mean, I took, and that was a very hard line approach, I think. But I was like, if he doesn't eat, he'll eat tomorrow. He'll eat in the morning. Like, and fortunately, he ate. So, you know what I mean? Um, I was very much like, I'm not doing it. I am not, not at all making separate meals for a child. Like, and because it was just an effort, a level of effort. I just didn't, I couldn't see doing that. I couldn't see going down the path of like engaging in that track because because then I'm like, how do I get him back to what we're eating? Right? Like that was my thought. I was like, if he strays too far from what we're eating, he'll never come back. And I'm not making separate foods when he's 5, 10, and I don't. So I don't know. That's kind of my thought. It was like, I'm making dinner for myself. I'm just gonna cut it up real small. Um, Caretaker, yeah, exactly. You write it, you do the thing exactly as it's written, and then you iterate. Um, I try to cook a ton. Yeah, and that's the other thing, Moonlit. I know for me, when I was making purees, I would do purees like once a week. I would spend like a couple hours in the kitchen. Like when you can, you do it. Like, and I don't want to be prescriptive on like you should always cook home cooked stuff, right? Like feed your kid hot dogs, just make sure you cut them up. Like I'm not also gonna tell you like there's no values judgment here on like what you feed your family. um I think if you don't love cooking, there's certainly a lot of easy like meal prep things that you can do that are not necessarily difficult. And the other thing too is if you are introducing, you're introducing yourself to how to feed someone else too. Like